Hello and welcome to the session on collisions. When two particles approach each other, suppose the first particle exerts a force on the second particle and simultaneously the second particle exerts a force on the first particle, then they are said to interact. Interaction can take place among particles or systems also. Collision. Collision is an event of two particles coming together. Collision is said to take place between two particles or system when there is mutual interaction of the particles for a short time with or without any physical contact, which results in a measurable change in their relative motions. There is no external force acting on the system. During collision, 1. There is mutual interaction between the particles. 2. The interaction lasts for finite time. 3. There is a change in the trajectory of the particles. 4. There is change in energy and momentum of the interacting particles. 5. The particles may or may not be in physical contact. 6. It may happen that the particles produced after collision are different from the initial particles. Examples. 1. Collision of two vehicles in which there is physical contact. 2. Deflection of a charged particle while passing through an electric or magnetic field. In this case, there is no physical contact. 3. The deflection in the path of a comet on passing near a solar system. The force of interaction involved during collision are different in different cases. 1. When two billiard balls collide, the force of interaction arises from the elasticity of the material. 2. The gravitational force is responsible for the deflection in paths of a comet while passing near the solar system. 3. The electrostatic force causes the interaction between an alpha particle and the nucleus. If the nature of the particles or systems taking part in the collision is not changed, such collisions are called scattering of particles. But if the final particles or systems are different from the initial ones, then these collisions are called reactions. In general, a collision process is as shown in figure. The masses of the two particles before collision are m1 and m2, and the corresponding quantities are m3 and m4 after collision. For the description of two particle collisions, the most common choices of coordinate systems are 1. Laboratory system and 2. Center of mass CM system. If the coordinate system is fixed in the laboratory, it is called lab system, and if it is fixed with respect to the center of mass, it is called CM system. In lab system, the coordinate system is at rest with respect to the observer in the lab. The CM frame is also called center of momentum frame. The center of mass will be moving with a constant velocity with respect to the laboratory or observer. So, various quantities in the two systems are related to each other through Galilean transformation, provided their relative velocity is small compared to the velocity of light. In the lab system, the frame of reference is stationary with respect to the observer, and so there is no kinetic energy. Hence, the value of kinetic energy and total energy will be different in lab system and center of mass system. There are two types of collision. 1. Elastic scattering. 2. Inelastic scattering. First on elastic scattering collision. Momentum is conserved in all types of collision. But for kinetic energy it is not so, because in a collision part of the kinetic energy may be converted into thermal energy or elastic potential energy of the particles deformed or rotational energy. Depending on whether or not the kinetic energy is conserved, collision are classified as 1. Elastic and 2. Inelastic collision. An elastic collision or elastic scattering is one in which the total kinetic energy is conserved. The momentum is also conserved. the final particles are the same as the initial particles. In elastic scattering, m3 is equal to m1 and m4 is equal to m2. The incident particle m1 is equal to m3, called scattered particle, is scattered through an angle phi. m2 is equal to m4 is the recoil target, and it goes at an angle alpha with the direction of the incident particles. Examples: 1. Billiard ball collisions. 2. The collisions between atomic and subatomic particles. 3. Collision of air molecules with the walls of the container. In elastic collision, 1. The law of conservation of linear momentum holds good. 2. The law of conservation of angular momentum holds good. 3. The law of conservation of mechanical energy and total energy holds good. 4. The mechanical energy is not converted into any other form of energy like heat, sound, light, etc. 5. The forces involved are conservative in nature. 6. The final particles are the same as the initial particles. Inelastic scattering. Inelastic scattering is one in which total kinetic energy is not conserved, but the momentum is conserved. When two bodies collide and stick together after the collision, some kinetic energy is lost, and such a collision is called perfectly inelastic. The initial and final particles or systems are identical. Due to change in kinetic energies, there will be change in potential energy, and some other form of energy like heat, sound is also produced. The scattered and recoil particles are denoted by asterisks. Examples: 1. The collision of a rubber ball with hard surface. 2. The collision between vehicles. 3. A forward punch in karate. 4. The collision of a meteorite with the earth, perfectly inelastic. 5. The collision of a ball of putty with floor. In inelastic collision, 1. The law of conservation of linear momentum holds good. 2. The law of conservation of angular momentum holds good. 3. The total energy is conserved. 4. The total kinetic energy is not conserved. 5. There is a change in the potential energy of the particles as the production of the other forms of energy like heat, sound, etc. in the macroscopic cases and light, gamma rays, etc. in the microscopic cases, atomic nuclei. Reactions. If the particles produced after collisions are entirely different from the initial particles, then the collision is called reaction. In this case, M3 and M4 are different from M1 and M2. The particle M3 is called the emitted particle and M4 is called the residual particle. The particles M1 and M2 are called reactants and M3 and M4 are called products. Laboratory and center of mass systems. The collision takes place over a short time and collision force will be much larger than the external force during the collision. The motion can be split up into three parts. Before and after the collisions, the particles move independently and during the collision, they are acted upon by their interparticle forces only. 1. Laboratory system. Consider a particle of mass m moving with a velocity vector u1 colliding with a second particle of mass m2, the target, at rest. In the laboratory frame, the origin of the frame of reference is taken at m2. Let the two particles scatter at angles phi and alpha with the initial direction of m1 with velocities vector v1 and vector v2 as shown in figure. The total kinetic energy of the system of two particles before scattering is T0. During elastic scattering, the total energy E is conserved. E is equal to T0 plus U, which is equal to a constant. U is the potential energy. At large distance, U tends to 0 and E is equal to T0 for elastic scattering. Let T1 and T2 be the kinetic energies of the two particles M1 and M2 before collision and the corresponding quantities after collision be T1 and T2 respectively. 1. For elastic scattering, T naught is equal to T1 plus T2, which is equal to small t1 plus small t2. 2. For inelastic scattering, T1 plus T2 is greater than small t1 plus small t2. 3. For a reaction, T1 plus T2 can be less or greater than small t1 plus small t2. 2. Center of mass system. In this system, the center of mass of the colliding particles is at rest. Let the initial velocities of the two particles m1 and m2 before collision be vector u1 dash and vector u2 dash, and the corresponding velocities after collision be vector v1 dash and vector v2 dash respectively. The origin of the coordinate system is kept at the center of mass. Then m1 into vector r1 is equal to negative of m2 into vector r2. So, the two particles move in the opposite direction after the collision, making the same angle theta with the initial direction of motion as shown in figure. Theta is the angle of scattering in the center of mass system. We can summarize the importance of CM frame for the study of collisions. 1. The motion is collinear in the CM frame both before and after the collision, and hence it is simpler to study. 2. In elastic collision, the magnitude of velocity and the energy of each particle are the same before and after the collision in the CM frame. 3. In inelastic collision, all the initial energy in the CM frame is available for the inelastic processes. In the lap system, the linear momentum of the center of mass of the two bodies is not 0, but in the CM system it is equal to 0. m1 into vector r1 is equal to m2 into vector r2. m1 into vector r1 dot is equal to m2 into vector r2 dot. Thus, the linear momenta of the particles are equal and opposite both in the initial as well as in the final state. Relationship between displacement and velocities. The velocity of the center of mass with respect to the lap system is constant. So, both the systems can be taken as inertia frames of references. Let the position coordinates be vector r1 and vector r2 in the lap system and vector r1 dash and vector r2 dash in the center of mass system. Then vector r1 is equal to vector r1 dash plus vector v into t, and vector r2 is equal to vector r2 dash plus vector v into t, where t is the time at the measurement of these quantities. Vector r1 minus vector r2 is equal to vector r1 dash minus vector r2 dash. Also, vector u1 is equal to vector u1 dash plus vector v, and vector u2 is equal to vector u2 dash plus vector v. Let it be equation number 1. Vector u1 minus vector u2 is equal to vector u1 dash minus vector u2 dash. In the lap system, velocity of the particle m2 is vector u2, which is equal to 0. Vector u2 dash plus vector v is equal to 0, or vector u2 dash is equal to negative of vector v. Let it be equation number 2. Also, vector u1 is equal to vector u1 minus vector u2 dash. Vector v1 is equal to vector v1 dash plus vector v, vector v2 is equal to vector v2 dash plus vector v. Let it be equation number 3. Hence, vector v1 minus vector v2 is equal to vector v1 dash minus vector v2 dash. Let it be equation number 4. Relationship between vector v1, vector v1 dash and vector v. The relations connecting velocities can be represented geometrically, and the various features of the scattering process can be understood with the help of the resulting diagrams. Case 1. Modulus of vector v1 dash is greater than modulus of vector v. Let the velocity of the scattered particle be vector v1 dash be greater than the velocity of the CM system with respect to the lap system. In the figure, the point O is the center of mass. Vector OP represents the velocity vector v1 dash. Its magnitude modulus of vector v1 dash is equal to a constant, and its direction depends on the angle through which m1 is scattered. The locus of P will be a circle whose radius is equal to the magnitude of the velocity vector v1. The velocity vector v will lie within the circle because modulus of vector v is less than modulus of vector v1 dash. For one value of phi, there will be only one value of theta. The velocity vector v1 represents the velocity in the laboratory system. Case 2, modulus of vector v1 dash is less than modulus of vector v. In this case, the point O dash will lie outside the circle. For a given value of angle phi, there will be two values for theta. The angle in the forward direction theta f and that in the backward direction theta b as shown in figure. But in the two cases, the value of modulus of vector v1 dash will be the same. There will be two values for the velocity in the lab system which satisfy the relation between vector v1 dash and vector v given by the equation 3. The velocity vector v1 dash corresponding to the backward scattering angle theta b is vib, and that corresponding of the forward direction is vif as shown in figure. The magnitude of vif will always be greater than that of vib, and the difference between these two velocities depends on the value of phi. But there is a particular value for phi which is equal to phi s, for which vector v1 dash has only one value as shown in figure. For modulus of vector v is greater than modulus of vector v1 dash, and for their velocity theta b is equal to theta f, which is equal to theta s. Then there will be only one value of energy for the scattered particles. Equation for velocities. If vector capital R is the radius vector of the center of mass in the lab system, then m1 into vector r1 plus m2 into vector r2 is equal to m1 plus m2 into vector capital R is equal to m into vector capital R. Differentiating, m1 into vector r1 dot plus m2 into vector r2 dot is equal to m into vector capital R. Let it be equation number 5. m1 into vector u1 plus m2 into vector u2 is equal to m into vector v. In the lab system, vector u2 is equal to 0. So, m1 into vector u1 is equal to m into vector v. Vector v is equal to m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into vector u1. Let it be equation number 6. In the center of mass system, the linear momentum is 0 before and after scattering as it is conserved. So, m1 into vector u1 dash plus m2 into vector u2 dash is equal to 0, which is equal to m1 into vector v1 dash plus m2 into vector v2 dash. Minus of vector u1 dash divided by vector u2 dash is equal to m2 divided by m1, which is equal to minus of vector v1 dash divided by vector v2 dash. Let it be equation number 7. The negative sign shows that the velocities vector u1 dash and vector u2 dash, also vector v1 dash and vector v2 dash are in the opposite directions as shown in figure. The kinetic energy is conserved. 1 by 2 into m2 into u1 dash square plus 1 by 2 into m2 into u2 dash square is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 into v1 dash square plus 1 by 2 into m2 into v2 dash square. Substituting the values of u1 dash and v1 dash in terms of u2 dash and v2 dash from equation 7, u2 dash square into m2 square by 2 m1 plus m2 by 2 is equal to v2 dash square into m2 square by 2 m1 plus m2 by 2. u2 dash square is equal to v2 dash square. Let it be equation number 8. Using equations 7 and 8, we get modulus of vector u1 dash is equal to modulus of vector v1 dash. Also, modulus of vector u2 dash is equal to modulus of vector v2 dash. Thus, the velocities of the particles in the CM system before and after the collisions are equal in magnitude. Using equations 2 and 6, Modulus of vector v1 dash is equal to modulus of vector u1 dash, which is equal to modulus of vector u1 minus vector v, which is equal to modulus of vector u1 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into vector u1, which is equal to m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into modulus of vector u1. Let it be equation number 9. Modulus of vector v2 dash is equal to modulus of vector u2 dash, which is equal to modulus of negative of vector v, which is equal to m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into modulus of vector u1. Let it be equation number 10. Equation for phi and theta. Using figure, we can obtain a relationship connecting phi and theta. Modulus of vector v1 into sin phi is equal to modulus of vector v1 dash into sin theta. Modulus of vector v1 into cos phi is equal to modulus of vector v1 dash into cos theta plus modulus of vector v. Tan phi is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta plus modulus of vector v divided by modulus of vector v dash. Using equations 6 and 9, modulus of vector v divided by modulus of vector v1 dash, which is equal to m1 into modulus of vector u1 divided by m1 plus m2, all divided by m2 into modulus of vector u1 divided by m1 plus m2, which is equal to m1 divided by m2. Hence, tan phi is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta plus m1 by m2. Let it be equation number 11. Case 1. When the mass of the target m2 is very large compared to that of the incident particle, that is m1 is very smaller than m2, then tan phi is approximately equal to tan theta, or theta is approximately equal to phi. Let it be equation number 12. Case 2. Let m1 is equal to m2, that is when the masses of the two particles are equal. Then tan phi is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta plus 1, which is equal to tan theta by 2. Let it be equation number 13, or phi is equal to theta by 2. Case 3. When m1 is greater than m2. When m1 is greater than m2, there are two values of the final momenta represented by the vectors vector ab and vector ab dash for the first particle, and by vector bc and vector b dash c for the second particle. The vectors vector ab and vector bc correspond to the forward scattering for which theta is less than pi by 2. The vector ab dash and vector b dash o correspond to backward scattering for which theta greater than pi by 2 for the CM system. In the lab system, the scattering angle phi is smaller than pi by 2 for both forward and backward scattering. The scattering angle will vary between 0 corresponding to no scattering and phi max. When AB is tangential to the circle, AB becomes AD. Then sin phi max is equal to OD divided by OA, which is equal to OC divided by OA is equal to M2 divided by M1. The relations between scattering angle can be deduced from the triangle OBC. 2 theta 2 plus theta is equal to pi. Theta 2 is equal to pi minus theta dash all divided by 2. Theta 2 is the recoil angle of the second particle. If m1 is equal to m2, the point A will lie on the circle and the angle of scattering is given by phi is equal to theta by 2 and phi plus theta 2 is equal to pi by 2. This means if m1 is equal to m2 after collision, the particles will move away at right angles to each other in the lab system. Similarly, we can find the relation connecting theta in the center of mass system and the recoil angle theta 2 in the lab system for elastic scattering. We can show that tan theta 2 is equal to sin theta divided by modulus of vector v divided by modulus of vector v2 dash minus cos theta. When modulus of vector v is equal to modulus of vector v2 dash, tan theta 2 is equal to tan pi by 2 minus theta by 2, theta 2 is equal to pi by 2 minus theta by 2, 2 theta 2 is equal to pi minus theta. This equation we have already obtained. Using equations 13, when m1 is equal to m2, 2 theta 2 is equal to pi minus 2 phi and theta 2 plus phi is equal to pi by 2. Hence, for the scattering of particles having equal masses, theta varies between 0 and pi, phi varies between 0 and pi by 2 and theta 2 varies between pi by 2 and theta, keeping theta 2 plus phi is equal to pi by 2 a constant. Kinetic energies in the lab and CM systems. 1. Lab system. A. Elastic scattering. Total kinetic energy before scattering is T0 is equal to T1 plus T2, which is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 into u1 square plus 1 by 2 into m2 into u2 square. But u2 is equal to 0, T0 is equal to 1 by 2 into m into u1 square. After scattering, small T0 is equal to small t1 plus small t2, which is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 into m2 v2 square. For elastic scattering, the kinetic energy is conserved. 1 by 2 into m1 into u1 square is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 v1 square plus 1 by 2 into m2 v2 square. Let it be equation number 15. B. Inelastic scattering. In inelastic scattering, the kinetic energy is not conserved, but the total energy, which includes the excitation energy of the scattered particle, is conserved. Before scattering, the total kinetic energy T0 is given by T0 is equal to T1, which is equal to 1 by 2 into m u1 square and is equal to the total energy. After scattering, the total kinetic energy is small T0 is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 star into v1 square plus 1 by 2 into m2 star into v2 square. Let E1 and E2 be the excitation energies of the particles m1 and m2 after scattering. If m1 star and m2 star are the masses of the particles whose internal structure has been changed during scattering due to excitation, then E1 is equal to m1 star minus m1 into c square and E2 is equal to m2 star minus m2 into c square. 1 by 2 into m1 u1 square is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 star v1 square plus 1 by 2 into m2 star v2 square plus E1 plus E2. Let it be equation number 16. 2. CM system. A. Elastic scattering. Total kinetic energy before scattering is given by T0 dash is equal to T1 dash plus T2 dash, which is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 into u1 dash square plus 1 by 2 into m2 into u2 dash square. After scattering, total kinetic energy is given by T0 dash is equal to small t1 dash plus small t2 dash, which is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 into v1 dash square plus 1 by 2 into m2 into v2 dash square. But modulus of vector u1 dash is equal to modulus of vector v1 dash and modulus of vector u2 dash is equal to modulus of vector v2 dash. T0 dash is equal to small t1 dash plus small t2 dash, which is equal to t1 dash plus t2 dash. This shows that the total kinetic energy is conserved in CM system also. The CM system is moving with respect to the lab system with a velocity vector v. Hence, the kinetic energy of the center of mass system with respect to the lab system is given by Tcm. Tcm is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 plus m2 into v square and T0 is equal to T0 dash plus Tcm. Let it be equation number 18. B. Inelastic scattering. Total kinetic energy before scattering T0 dash is equal to T1 dash plus T2 dash. After scattering, T0 dash is equal to small t1 dash plus small t2 dash plus E1 plus E2. The excitation energies of the two particles are E1 is equal to m1 star minus m1 into c square and E2 is equal to m2 star minus m2 into c square. For elastic scattering, the ratio of two kinetic energies in the two systems is T0 divided by T0 dash, which is equal to 1 by 2 into m1 u1 square divided by 1 by 2 into m1 u1 dash square plus 1 by 2 into m2 u2 dash square which is equal to 1 plus m1 divided by m2. Let it be equation number 19. Equation 19 shows that the kinetic energies of the colliding particles in the CM system are inversely proportional to their respective masses. Finally, we can also show that small t1 divided by t0 is equal to cos square phi and small t2 divided by t2 is equal to sin square phi when m1 is equal to m2. Let me summarize this session. Collision is said to take place between two particles when there is mutual interaction of the particles for a short time with or without any physical contact, which results in a measurable change in their relative velocities. For two particle collision, the most common choices of coordinate systems are laboratory system and center of mass system. If the coordinate system is fixed in the laboratory, it is called lab system, and if it is fixed with respect to the center of mass, it is called CM system. There are two types of collision, elastic and inelastic collision. An elastic collision or scattering is one in which the total kinetic energy is conserved. Inelastic scattering is one in which total kinetic energy is not conserved. Now try to answer the questions given here. 1. Show that the velocities of particles as the CM system before and after the collision are equal in magnitude. 2. Derive the relationship between the recoil angles theta and alpha in the CM and lab systems. 3. Obtain the relationship between displacement and velocities during collisions. 4. Derive the expression for kinetic energy in the case of elastic scattering in a lab system. 5. Explain center of mass systems. Now you can refer the books for further understanding. On Classical Dynamics of Particles and Systems, 4th edition by S.T. Totten and J.B. Marion. 2. Mechanics, Statistical Mechanics and Relativity by Professor Vivekanandan P. Kadavur. 3. Engineering Mechanics, 5th edition by J.L. Marion and L.G. Craig. Thank you for watching this program. Hope that you have enjoyed this session. Take care.